Well, we survived another week. Do like a action intro. This week from Cozumel. Do we survive going to the beach? It hurts. Driving a Jeep. And eating some weird snacks.
That's what it says.
Ooh, looking good. So, made a little bit of burritos for lunch today. And I've been finding some new stuff at the grocery store, just kind of grabbing different things, trying out different stuff that they have. Turns out if you don't like Mexican food, you probably shouldn't come to Mexico. I got this Chipotle Cremosa, and we actually have this brand in the US, and we have this product in the US, but it's totally different than it is down here. And what's your take on them? What's that?
Danny Case loves this song.
High five! We got a bunch of snacks from Mexico, all local stuff that we've never had before. Marcy kind of dived in a little early and tried these ones out so we can get her original reaction.
I want this one.
You want this one first?
Yeah.
Alright, try one. Okay, let's let mommy try one. You want baby Eva to try one? She's too little, huh?
It's not like a brand coverage.
Can we try these ones? Wanna try one? Chili lime. I like these actually.
Let's come here.
You want spicy?
You have some pickle.
Globitos. They're quite buttery.
Well, then I did have just I had those.
No, those are spicy.
Pounds will take
Alright, here's the last one.
Yummy.
Ooh, they're yummy. Guys, so this picture looks pretty gourmet, so you see how gourmet this actually is. That's what it says. Choco rice cake. Alright, you want to take the first bite? Stamp of approval. I'm gonna try that. That rice cake is pretty packed. And the chocolate is super dark. This is definitely the health nut snack. There's not very much sugar in that chocolate. We took Brielle to a beach last week, but it was really rocky and there's no sand, and she was very disappointed. So this week we took her to Rio Beach, as she calls it. Brielle, what do you think your first day at a nicer beach? Is it fun? It hurts? So, pretty sure this is where most people think we're staying. We say we're living in Cozumel for a while. is the resort zone. Look at the massiveness of those things. What do you think of this part of town? It's what? Snobby. We've talked to a lot of our friends. Like, yeah, you know, we're in Cozumel for a while. I'm like, oh yeah, you've been there. It's such a cool place. It's so beautiful. It is beautiful. It is a cool place. But I'm thinking they might not have seen our end of town. So we got a Jeep. The first place we went to some ruins. And it was kind of a smaller ruins. Those
They were still cool though.
really cool.
They were better than the other ones.
You want to tell them about the ruins?
Which ones?
The first one we went to.
Well, the first one, the history was cool, but there wasn't really anything there, which was kind of a bummer.
But the history behind it.
Right, that's why I was saying the history was cool, but there wasn't really anything there to see. It was kind of sad. It was just kind of a pile of rocks.
So tell them about the history.
Well, I can't remember all of it.
Like the
It
church.
was very in depth, but they said it was huge. Did they say it was the capital of the area? We should go refresh. Anyway, they said when the conquistadors came, they took down a lot of it, and they said during World War II, the United States Air Force or Army or something like that took the rest of it down to build an air base, which is ridiculous. Anyway, whatever. We won't go there.
There's nowhere else on this island to put an air base.
I know, it's just like, seriously? Anyway, maybe they're using the supplies to build it. Who knows? Anyway, it supposedly used to be absolutely massive. And so anyway, it was really cool to read about it, but of course there wasn't much there.
It was really cool to see the ruins and
I love
the
the
history
ruins.
there. Did you like the big ones better? The first one we went to. The other ones are like the biggest ruins on this island that are.
Yeah, I like the
popular.
second ones. Like, it was cool learning the history about the first ones, but just there really wasn't much there to see.
So,
It was just a big pile of rocks, pretty much.
yeah. So you liked? What did you like about?
What do you like about what?
What did you like about the ruins?
I like the bigger ruins because there were signs everywhere telling about what would have happened there, the history would have normally looked like, and there was a lot of them. And it just told a lot about their life then, and there was actual roads that they would have used. You weren't supposed to walk on, they're off to the side. You could see the roads, and they just told a lot about what they would have done there and things they found there. Like one place they had found ginormous, like tons of bodies in that spot, and so they were guessing, they were saying the things they thought it was used for. And one of the main characteristics around here is in their bridges, they have upside down stairs.
Then we went to another beach, and it turns out that a drone can fly in some ripping winds. It was super windy, but I wanted to get some drone shots anyway. Still, again, we're rookies, so be nice. But it was fun. That beach was actually really nice.
It was nice.
It was a super nice beach.
Just don't go in the water.
Yeah, so that was a nice beach where you can't swim again. Great swimming with horrible beach, or a great beach with no swimming. But.
I'm just exhausted. Just because it's hot though. It's humid.
You spotted?
Oh yeah, it's fine. I just thought about doing this every day.
So where are we? I have no idea what to say. Macchiatos? So, yeah, so we just dropped the Jeep off. Now we're walking back on foot. One problem though is we didn't have time to run back to the house. So, as if we need more stuff. Delicious. So good. And work's been going pretty good. Recording everything for the mechanic. We're doing a mechanics course because again, I'm a car guy. I absolutely love cars. Is that putting it lightly?
I could say that.
And so, doing a mechanic course and been recording that. And we had to rent a place, and it was kind of funny because we had to, well,
You had to move a lot of stuff.
You stayed with the kids here, and I had to basically like flip the bed, move it out, remove the fridge to get the table into the bedroom, and set everything up. But it had really nice lighting, which we don't have because we don't have room for it in our luggage. So we have to work with what we've got. And
Well, it's just that this place is really dark and half the light bulbs are missing.
so it just worked out really well. But it was kind of a funny story. But oh yeah, we got a Jeep for one day.
Never thought I'd see the day where Tap would be in a Jeep.
But it was a TJ, which is cool. I mean, coilovers and everything, like it was cool. But they told me at the front that the 4-wheel drive was disabled, which it wasn't. So I don't know why they told me that it was. It totally worked. They told me that their insurance doesn't cover off-road. And I was kind of offended at that because it's not like I've ever done anything that bad off-road. Did it die? Yeah. What? Which time are you referencing?
All of them?
Okay. So I might have sunk a truck once.
Several times.
That's bad news. Okay, maybe twice.
Well, and every time you go off-roading, something breaks or somebody crashes.
Somebody, not
Or
me
gets
though.
hurt. Not true.
When have I crashed?
No, not crash, break.
I brake, but I don't crash.
Right, just the people you go with are your innocent victims.
I've only put my truck on its side twice, and I drove out of both of them, so
But it's all the poor people who go with you.
it is. Namely Landon.
And Tim.
True. Okay, so we might have had a few incidences off-road, but hey, you learn from failures, and that's part of life. Like, you gotta fail to learn, right? So that's what we say. We build it, break it, build it better. Repeat. That's our motto.
Every time, bigger tires, bigger axles, bigger gears, bigger engines.
One of the first things I like to do when we get into a taxi or when we talk to people on the street is ask them what their favorite food is or what food we have to try before leaving the island, something that's really local to this island. And cochinita pibil is pretty commonly referenced. It's like you got to try it before you leave. So basically it's their version of slow roasted pork, like pork barbecue. They wrap it up in banana leaves, and they actually traditionally is buried in a pit with charcoal, and then it cooks overnight. So it's usually only available in the morning time. We typically work in the morning, trying to get out in the morning time to get something like that. Hasn't necessarily happened yet, but it will. We'll pick a day and just work in the afternoon that day. The other thing is there is a ton of wildlife right on the beach. So I went for a dive, which was amazing. I only have a few photos from that dive because I didn't have the GoPro ready to go for that one. Hey, baby. What was wild is as we were coming out of the dive, and we were tanks above water. I mean, we were just skimming, basically snorkeling at this point, coming back out of the dive. Probably with only 20 feet from the shore, there's a couple of barracuda swimming along. and this guy just wading right in and scared him off. And I'm like, you have no idea how close you are to wildlife, you know, when you go into the ocean out here. But we saw all sorts of cool stuff. We saw tons of spotted stingrays, tons of blowfish, really, really cool stuff. So we're gonna go diving later this week. Super excited for that dive. So we'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any feedback, let us know. And if you could write a letter to your past self, what part of your life would you send it to? See you next week. You say bye? Dear younger self, you did it. You made it another week. And I'm proud of you for that. No one knows better than me how hard that can be for you. Watching everyone else around you live normal lives, and deep inside you're just wanting it all to, well, you know. I've been thinking a lot about you this week, and I want you to know that you're not alone. Normal is only an illusion. No one is normal. Everyone has struggles, and a lot of people have those same thoughts that keep you up at night. There are other people out there whose greatest fear is also themselves. I'm not sure where you're at on your journey as I write this, but there are a few things I've learned along the way that have helped us get to where we are now. And one of those things is called, well, it's called a lot of things. Wins, piggy bank, good times, and my personal favorite, the cookie jar. For every minute of pain, fear, doubt, anxiety, self-loathing, whatever, there are the moments that make it all worthwhile. The moments when you crush it. The moments when you make someone else's day. The moments you connect with someone on a level that no one else can, giving them the strength to carry on. Making a cookie jar is taking those moments and mentally tagging them. When you're in the moment, lean into it and let yourself just feel the success, the joy, the laughter. And when the dark times come, actively remember those times. Remember how you felt, how you added value to this world. Remember how there are people out there whom you mean the world to. And not for nothing, I'm one of them. Open that cookie jar and remember the moments that make this a life worth living.